I'm very, 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 very confident.
Your finest hour, possibly.
My finest hour. Nobody thought I would ever beat topple the Costa Zoo night. I mean, that was a mismatch, and everybody expected me to get beat there, and I bulldozed. I mean, Costa Zoo was a powerhouse, murderous puncher, a powerhouse, and we made him quit on his stool. Obviously, other dangers. Obviously, the speed from Pacquiao, is another problem. But I think at 10 stone, I think that title will be mine.
And as you've said today on a number of occasions, the fans are the winners.
The fans are the winners. You got the most popular followed fighters, I think, in world boxing, and two of the most aggressive fighters in world boxing. We both fight with a hell of a lot of pride. So the fans, whether they be Filipino or whether they be Brits, they'll win for the treat. And after the fight, I'm pretty sure that the Filipino fans will be Ricky Hatton fans. I'm sure the Brits will be Manny Pacquiao fans.
Thanks, Ricky. Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, still got on my marbles. Still not lost him yet.
No, but look how straight this nose is. I'm envious. Look at my nose. Right, Rick, this fight coming up with Manny Pacquiao, it's like if we go throughout your career on like you fighting southpaws, it's like of the one that comes up to note, we'd say is like when you fought McGee. I mean, you had you got floored in that fight. How are you going to nullify his southpaw attacking style when he jumps in with that left
I've never lost to a southpaw, but obviously a southpaw, and Ricky Hatton's no different to any other fighter. Southpaws cause you problems, but I think the added incentive. I've got a new training camp now, and obviously me and Billy Graham had a lot of success, and nothing can ever take us away from that. But I never ever in all my career did southpaw pads. I did southpaw sparring, but I never ever did southpaw pads. And I've been in training 2 weeks now, and from the first day I walked in the gym, I've been doing southpaw pads with Lee Beard, southpaw pads with Floyd Mayweather. That's going to give me an advantage. We did the body belt, me and Billy, but we never actually did southpaw pads, and I think that's going to stand me in good stead. But the thing, man, he's not really an awkward southpaw. He's not really a patient waiting, counter-punching southpaw like Eamon McGee was waiting for me. Man, he's very, very aggressive. He lets the hands go. He's in the pocket, as you like. That way he's in your face. So I think that will stand me in good stead.
Because I'm watching this and I'm saying to myself, this won't be that much of a difference because him being southpaw anyway, because he's in your face, and like in your face you could be southpaw, orthodox, you could be square, it don't make no difference.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm thinking you at 140 pounds. You dangerous man at that way, man.
Well, he commits himself with every punch. He puts all his eggs in one basket, really. Right. When he goes for you, he really goes for you. And so obviously the dangers is if he hits you, he'll make your ears ring a bit. But I mean, if you make him miss, he can tend to fall off balance because he's committed himself so much.
Right.
And as if I slip, make him miss, and slip in big body shots where he's been hurt in the past. Nail him coming onto the punch where he's been shook up to the head against nowhere near as big a fighters as me. Obviously I feel I've got a massive chance.
I don't think nobody gives you that much credit for your boxing skill. And I've seen you on numerous occasions where you have displayed a beautiful jab, and you got this beautiful little thing that you do, and you've done it a lot in the Manalaji, where you throw the jab but you come back with the left hook straight away off of it. And now I know for a fact that you're fighting the southpaw that you'll be dropping that right hand. What difference has it been now that you've been working with Floyd Mayweather?
We've just gone back to the basics. I mean, when I beat Costa Zoo, nobody thought I would topple that night. But when I beat Costa Zoo, it was basically I didn't leave him alone. I bulldozed him out of the game. Right. Where if you look at styles, make fights, and probably Paulie Malignaggi's style was probably the style to beat me. If not beat me, caused me masses of problems. And if you look at that fight, I outspeeded him, outboxed him, and then eventually, no disrespect to Paulie, I beat him up really. So that's what I've added to my game, and that was only working 7 weeks. With Floyd, we've had weeks and weeks and weeks. We've had months and months of now working together, and along with the aggressiveness that bulldozed Costa Zoo out of it, and along with the boxing ability, the jab in the head movement, I think it would be too much. I stand next to Manny, and I think I feel a weight above him.
Right.
And along with it's not just the bulldozing Ricky Hatton nowadays.
Right. Well, this is a massive fight. I want to say I'm not looking past this fight, but after you've got this win, you know what I mean? What do you think the future holds for Ricky Hatton?
There's loads of fights out there. If I can beat Manny, which I think I will. Juan Manuel Marquez wants to move up again. And he's number 2 pound for pound. So that's not a bad follow-up fight. And obviously I'd be a liar if I didn't say that I fancy another crack at Floyd Jr. because I felt a little bit hard done to in certain areas in the last fight, and I don't want to be an old man sat in my armchair and blaming it on certain people. I'd rather fight again because I need to know, and he gave me a shot at the pound for pound title, Floyd, and if I get past Pacquiao, and I'd like to return the favour.
All right, Rick, thanks for your time. You've never changed. You've never changed, man.
That's what you
got the same shirt on then, Dave?
Yeah, I'll just do this and then I'll get on with the interview. Can I just do this first?
Well, Ricky, talk a bit about your motivation for this one. Do you see this as maybe the fight that you may be remembered for, in history?
I think so, yeah. I mean, nobody ever thought I was going to topple the night I took the title from Kostya Tszyu. I mean, that was a mismatch. Nobody gave me a chance there, but I mean, for the powerhouse he was and the murderous puncher he was, I bulldozed him into submission in the end, and I do believe Ricky Hatton is better today than he was the night he took from Kostya Tszyu, and the reason I say that is because I've still got the marauding, aggressive body punching like I showed against Malignaggi, but I also showed a left jab, I also showed boxing ability, hand speed and combination punching, so bearing that in mind, my size at 10 stone, I stand next to Manny and I do feel a weight above him, and along with it's not just about bulldozing someone out of it, it's the technical side that I've gained as well now. I think it will be enough at my 10 stone.
Yeah, do you think he hasn't yet been properly tested by the bigger man? We didn't see that in the De La Hoya fight.
Well, he was a wonderful. Any win against Oscar De La Hoya is a fantastic win, but I say it with the greatest respect to my friend and promoter Oscar. I don't think it was too difficult to outbox him, and I don't think it was too difficult to have beat him that night. I really believe I probably would have done the job a little bit quicker, knowing how aggressive Ricky Hatton is, but to win a world title in 4 weight divisions and your first one at 106 pounds is a phenomenal achievement, and I know there is dangers there against Manny Pacquiao, but I'm just up to the brim with confidence. I mean, it's clear to see my 2 fights at welterweight, even though I've won a world title, I've been struggles. I'm probably not quite big enough for welterweight, but I'm massive at junior welterweight. This is my division and that's what I've got to go and show.
You've had a bit of time with him, obviously you know about him, you've seen so many of his fights. What is he like as a personality? Have you tried to sort of delve into his psychology at all? What do you think of him?
His English isn't the best, but his darts isn't bad, but it's hard. He's one of the nicest people I think I've ever met. His English is a little bit broken, but very, very polite. Family man, doesn't slag anyone off. Got a good word to say about everyone. So you probably got. I'd like to think 2 of boxing's nicest, genuine people, but also 2 of the most aggressive fighters in there. There's nothing nice about what me and Manny Pacquiao do, and I expect it to be I think he'll try and outbox me in the fight, but Manny's pride will enable him to stand a little bit like Kostya Tszyu did, and that's when I think I'll get him.
Just finally, it's hard to peak in consecutive fights. He's scaled a mountain physically against De La Hoya. Do you think maybe your motivation for this is another chance for the pound for pound title? That might just be the edge in your favour.
It could be, but I think I don't need to. Nobody on this stage needs to tell Manny Pacquiao how tough a fight this is going to be. If you see, there's one thing that comes to mind with Ricky Hatton is an absolute handful. I don't leave you alone for 5 minutes, and if I'm going to give you a few reasons why I believe we're going to win, I think he's been dropped by his body shots several times. He's been shook up to the chin. I've seen him get knocked down by Nadal Hussein with a jab. So he has been shown to be a little bit fragile in certain areas. And when he gets this big 10 stone beast all over him, he's going to have to absorb a lot of punishment. So, and I think that could be the distance. I just think my size and my explosiveness, my speed, I think I'll be too much for him.
I've got the whole country behind him. Really hope you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.